Good evening, everybody. Welcome back once again. It's time for more MyGM here, of course, with my my Pokemon rival over on Team Red. Dun, 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 dun,
That's
dun,
right.
dun,
That's right,
dun,
guys.
dun.
Call me Binthia because I am absolute trash and I love it. Uh, Welcome to the greatest night in the history of our sport, apart from the one last week and the one next week. But right now, this is in fact the greatest night in the history of our sport.
Welcome to Not Quite WrestleMania. Hello, Lily. Welcome to the stream. Right, the first thing we want to do is I want to do a sync test to make sure that everything lines up. So let's go with that. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. How's that looking, guys? Might be. Also, I've taken a leaf out of your book, Majima. I started making notes for this series.
Speaking of which, that's what I was just about to do. Just popped over to my own notes.
Looks good to you, Lily. Alright, just clarify, 1 is my faction and 2 is my GM. 1, 2. 1, 2. That looks good, then that's great, because I did have to change it about a bit for Wario, I'm pretty sure.
I said I'm watching it. It looks very close to me, but obviously differing opinions welcome.
Yep, looks good. Alright, and then just want to make sure that Majima and I aren't talking over each other like the first stream. So I'm just going to ask Majima a question, and then you tell me if the delay between me asking and him responding is enough to where it's not going to become problematic to listen to. So there should be a slight gap between what we're saying. So Majima, my question for you today is what is SmackDown's main event for Backlash?
Well, I don't know, Jeff.
Oh
I know it
no,
involves.
he's
I know it's big. I know it's Biggie. I know Biggie is part of the main event.
all right. Let's ask a different question then.
Yeah.
Let's ask the question. Let's just okay. On your last episode of Raw, who defeated AJ Styles?
Big money man, so big money. Let's go. Yeah, let's
I for,
go.
I thought you'd forgot, but I did. It turns
Ah,
because there was the delay for a second, but no, you were just preparing for the
I
big
was
line.
just I was just preparing for big funny name. Yes.
Big money, Manny. Right, I'm just gonna put that out to Lily. Just let me know if that sounds okay or not. Okay, over to SmackDown. So, as ever, I'm going to start with the roster. So, how's my roster looking? Drew McIntyre is the most popular superstar on SmackDown. Oh my god, I forgot! You used the fucking ability on me.
I was really hoping you'd forgotten
Oh,
that.
I had forgotten. Like during the news when they have a reporter on site. Okay. Well, because on the first stream he was somehow answering my questions before I'd asked them at some points, so that's why I'm just checking that now. So yeah, Big E, Kevin Owens, and Bailey can't be on the show this week. That is mildly inconvenient. Who have we got
Honestly,
on the free agents?
I'm just saying in terms of like who I could have got with that veto, I don't actually think it could have gone much better for me personally.
Yeah, it does kind of shoot me in the foot a little bit.
I mean, no, I still think you can genuinely put on a good show with who you got left. Like, it's not that much. It's just like there's some big names. Actually, they're all big names. That's the thing. They're all big names.
Yeah.
Uh,
Looking at the free agents, there are some tempting choices.
you've got dibs at the moment.
I do. And I realised last week that, I've realised since the last show that I am actually shooting myself in the foot a bit when it comes to having people on the roster. I do think I need to be a bit less frugal with my cash, especially when it comes to signing.
This is what happens, guys. When you're like a manager at work, you turn up and like four of your team have called in sick at once. You're just like, fuck, I wish I had more people here. But no,
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I completely see where you're coming from with that. It makes a lot of sense. We're literally the opposite ends of the spectrum. Like you're actually mildly, you don't have a massive roster, but you're mildly like smart with money. And I'm just like, fucking, let's splash this cash. I've got money, so let's fucking spend
It
it.
worked last. It worked last week.
It's true. It's true, but that was also just what the marks would say is mildly effective long-term booking. I think
Okay.
that's probably the main thing.
Okay. Tell you what. After last week, I need to come back because last week Raw absolutely smashed SmackDown in the ratings. So the blue brand needs to come back in a big way. So I am gonna make a signing. I'm gonna sign for my money, possibly top 5 technical pure wrestlers in the world today.
I don't think you'd sign fake Santina.
That's right. I'm signing Broderick. It's happening. No, it's not Broderick.
Jonathan Magurda, let's go.
No, I am, however, gonna sign Cesaro.
No, fuck. Good, great signing. Great signing. That's really good. Fair play.
So, and that's going to be my only signing for this week. So I am going to keep an eye on the market for some female talent in the coming weeks. But for now, I'm just going to sign Cesaro. How are we looking on the power cards? That means they won't be able to be. Is there anyone I want to get the stamina up? Not really. So that's fine. Journal contract. Some contracts will be expiring soon, but that's fine. Promised Liv Morgan a main event match this week. Oh fuck, I did, didn't I? Let me have a look at the notes. What do the notes say? So how am I going about this?
Yeah, well, my notebook says that.
Well, let's sort out. I'm going to sort out the logistics for the show first. I'm gonna take the concert hall again. And I'll take the backstage crew. That's gonna be it for this week. Okay, so I'm gonna go on to booking the show. So how am I gonna go about these? Okay. I think I know. I'm gonna do the promos first. I'm gonna have Bianca calling out Bailey. Luckily, people who aren't allowed to be on the show can still be called out because they can still be the subject of a promo without actually being present. So that's fortunate for me. And then my other promo, I'm gonna have Randy Orton call out Big E in this other promo. So those are my promo. Those are my promos.
Oh my god, is that
Matches.
is that BBB? It's my favorite wrestling pairing. BBB.
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 King BBB. And then with the match, right. Last week I took risks with the matches in terms of I had a couple of face v face matches. I'm not going to do that again this week in the sense of I'm not going to have face-v-face matches, but I am going to have some risks. So, I promised Liv Morgan a main event match, and I will live up to that promise. And then we'll get into why this is happening on the show, obviously. But, surprisingly, even to myself, it's going to be the debut of Raquel Gonzalez in the main event. Now, this could backfire, particularly because Gonzalez has a very poor popularity.
Good measure of styles, though, to be fair.
It is a good measure of styles, so that's a positive. I really don't like the fact that I keep doing this. Team match. What, for the main event? No, because it doesn't work for the story that I'm telling. And you know what, if the game's going to punish me for telling my story, I think I'm just going to take that on the chin a bit. Cesaro is also going to make a debut. No, a team match this pay-per-view. Okay, or maybe not. We'll see what I have planned. And he's going to make his debut against Drew McIntyre. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a first on MyGM.
Damn.
There will be a run-in.
He's okay.
Roman Reigns is going to run in on this match. Using a run-in will limit your match options to only simulating this match. Would you like to continue? I don't like the fact that this is a thing, but I'm going to do it. Which leaves my opener. Sasha Banks, Seth Rollins, and Mandy Rose. I don't really want to do Sasha versus Mandy on this show. You know what? You know what? I am going to make another signing.
Oh my god. Mom, I'm getting camera. Mommy. Oh
Yeah,
my god. Sorry.
You okay?
I'm good, yeah.
I'm going to sign Tony Storm for SmackDown.
I just made an entire thing about get the camera. We're literally on stream right now, so we really don't need a camera, but you know.
So we're getting 3 debuts on SmackDown this week. It's going to be a heavy show. Oh, how am I feeling about that? Sasha, yeah. The only other option would be Rollins. I think I'm gonna lock that in. Yeah. That main event is a massive gamble, but
You never know. Sometimes gambles can pay off.
I have faith in Liv Morgan. She promised me she would not let me down. So she better not. I spent a lot of cash this week to try and make up the ground that I lost last week. Confirm that booking. We're heading over to Raw. I've got a trophy, Keeper of Words. I guess trophies only apply to things that I do then. I guess because the game considers me like the player. It's funny. Anyway, Majima, you have a message from Triple H.
What the fuck are you doing, Majima? You fucking stupid. And it didn't sound like this. I can't mimic his accent.
No. It would be more like, the big pay-per-view is coming up soon. Pay-per-view weeks are the perfect opportunity. That's actually just turning into my
telling you everything
voice.
you already know.
Yeah.
The game. Absolutely nothing. The game is
weeks.
Talking about this game.
Pay-per-view weeks are the perfect opportunity to have big rivalries conclude and to use some of your power cards.
Indeed.
I already have a match card in mind, or got any advice on what I should be doing?
I think I'll get some advice actually because I've got some ideas, but I could use whatever input I'm going to get. Point.
Got any advice on what I should be doing? Just make sure you're planning for it. Get some rivalries ready, and try not to injure your stars the week before the big event. I even have this free arena power card for you. Use it next week if you're confident the show you'll put on will be a great one. I'll be watching.
I bet if I just said I've already got an idea, he would have been like, right, fucking keep me card, then you cunt. That would have been quite funny.
Just a note of caution, now that Strowman has stamina below 40, he's vulnerable to becoming injured. The lower the stamina and the more strenuous the match, the greater that risk becomes. Superstars who are completely rested will recover 12 stamina points in a week. Those who cut a promo will recover 6 and can't become injured that week. End conversation, you can't respond to that. Charlotte Flair has approached the general manager. Hey Madge, you've seen the work I've been putting in, but I know I can do more for the brand.
And she's done well already. Selling herself a little bit shorter. Been very good for us.
I'm ready to run a main event match, and I know the fans will be excited for it. This would mean a lot for me in my career. What do you say? Sorry, Charlotte, not going to happen, or sounds good, Charlotte. So she's asking to main event the show tonight.
You know what? I didn't really have a particular main event planned, and to be honest, I think I'd be kind of happy doing that, to be honest. So yeah, Joe, what? Yeah, we can do that. Sounds good, Charlotte. We can do
Sounds good, Charlotte. Perfect, and you know I won't let you down. Small increase to Charlotte Flair's morale.
So Joe's just going to come in now and punch my fucking lights out, but that was quite a nice little chat. That was very productive. Cool.
Okay, well, Samoa Joe then comes into your office. Hey boss, I've been talking with Sheamus a lot lately, and he had this great idea that we should team up for a tag match. I think we'd actually make an awesome tag team.
Mm-hmm.
Can I convince you to take a chance on us and book us a tag match in the next few weeks? Sorry, Joe, I've got other plans for you and Sheamus, or sure, let's see how your team works out.
Yeah, Joe. Joe, we can give that a go in the next. As you said, the next few weeks, right? Yeah.
Yeah, my only thought would be that would be 2 weeks, and because of the way the game works, that means you'd have to do it either tonight or at the pay-per-view, because of the way the game calculates weeks.
I wouldn't necessarily mind doing it tonight. I wouldn't do it at the pay-per-view because I've got other plans for that pay-per-view, to be honest, involving both those men.
Okay.
Can I do it? Is it against the interests of this series for me to give a bit of a spoiler as to my future plans and how this is affecting it?
I mean, ultimately, you can do what you want with your show. My personal thought is, I will tell you things as it becomes relevant to the story that I'm telling, so I won't tell you ahead of time, personally, for my show. But you can do what you want for your show, so you can say if you want.
To be honest, I thought Samoa Joe and Sheamus would be fantastic together on opposite corners of the ring. That was my prerogative. The thing
True.
is, I mean, because I think this, if I look at it again, I just need to look at the styles. Okay, I forgot to put Samoa Joe's style down. I'm surprised he hasn't beaten the shit out of me yet. I forgot to put him down in the men's division, but let me have a look. He's a heel. He's a fighter. Right, he's
Yeah.
a fighter, and Sheamus is a bruiser. So if you change one of them around, they could quite easily have been against each other because the styles mesh. And I just think the thought of, excuse my language, but the thought of seeing Samoa Joe and Sheamus based on the build up that they've both had in the Federation on Raw already is very mouth-watering to me.
Two big meaty men slapping meat,
I was
as
literally
Biggie
about
would
to say,
say.
I was literally about to say, I'm exactly like Vince McMahon. I love big, sweaty, meaty men just whacking each other in a fucking massive ring with some ropes.
Do you mind? Do you
Right.
mind if I offer my 2 cents on the
Yeah,
situation?
no, I like that. I like input from everywhere. I'm ready.
I mean, permanent tag teams aren't really a thing in this mode anyway, because there are no tag team
Yeah,
championships.
my idea,
So,
yeah.
considering the fact that they're both baby faces at the moment anyway, and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fact that you don't need to commit to it long term, I
yeah,
reckon
yeah,
it could
yeah.
help you out to pop a good rating for say tonight, and then later down the line you can always
Mm.
turn one of them to do that match anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Excuse me. That's exactly what I was thinking. To be honest, I think it will work as a one-off match. I think it would be very good because again, the styles are good. Um, it doesn't really massively affect what I've got going on, provided I can still get the right people to call out those two in promos. So to be honest, I'd be pretty happy. I think I'm
Okay,
going to do it. Yeah, I think I'm going to say, let's see how your team works out.
let's see how your team works out.
This is brilliant. I haven't had to do anything, and the card is basically decided for me.
Great, I'll let him know. Can't wait to make our tag team debut. Bro, the game's just booked the card
The
for you.
game's fucking booked this show for me. It's brilliant. I love it. I love it.
Alright, alright, Mr. General Manager, what do you want me to do first?
I'll have a look at the free agents, please. Actually, no, I'll have a look at my roster first. I need to add in this.
Big Money Man Saw, sitting on a cool 69 popularity.
My fucking guy. Let's go.
Oh,
No one
speaking of
deserves it
Mansoor,
more.
speaking of Mansoor,
Yeah.
he has joined the history books of accidentally hilarious tweets talking about this game.
Oh, really? What did he say?
So what he was trying to say is that whenever he uses his own character in the game,
Yeah, yeah,
he wins every match.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the way he worded it was, whenever I play with myself, I'm unbeatable.
Man, I mean, the money's not the only thing that's big. Put it that way. Yo,
No,
now we
that
know.
was
Do you guys just pro tip to any of you? If before he's got a match with AJ, just don't walk past Mansoor's locker room for like 30 minutes. We know he's been grinding these big wins out now, I guess. No
Oh
pun
no.
intended.
Oh, that was an awful pun, even if it wasn't intended.
It actually wasn't. I thought of it right after. I was like, oh, what have I done? It's incredible. Oh, oh I was thinking of calling him something like the Monday Night Player, but I'm definitely not going to do that now because if it's going to encourage him to play with himself more, sorry, this is the PG era, guys. We can't really be doing that. Anyway, I just want to have a look and see because I've got some ideas, but Hmm. I know for a fact that I've got. Yeah, I think I've got a pretty. Hmm. Yeah, I'm trying to. My main sort of thing here is just to try and set stuff up like as effectively as I can. To be honest, but we'll kind of have to see, I think. So, what could I use? Just gonna quickly make some notes and get on with the actual meat and the meat on the bones of this book in this card.
Well, whilst you're making those notes, so yeah, something I'd like to actually say. So, I thought I had since the last stream is, although initially it's kind of weird that like you initially only draft 8 people, maybe a few more if you can afford it. Thinking about it, it's actually like it's at least for us streaming it, it's going to add to the longevity of the series because obviously we're making money as we go along, hopefully, which means over time we can slowly start bringing more people in, and our rosters will expand, and we'll have more variety to what we're doing, rather than just having everyone from the beginning.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And it just being a mess.
Yeah, no, completely agree.
So, I think it's actually going to help us out in the end.
I'm just trying to figure something out because I've obviously got to do a tag match with Sheamus and Samoa Joe. With the tag matches, do you want the stars to match within each team? So like obviously how you have Sheamus and Samoa Joe matching as a bruiser and a fighter. Is that going to get you extra points, or is it how the styles cross between both teams? Do you see what I mean?
I imagine it's more important how they mesh with their opponents than with each other.
Yeah, that's what I thought, to be honest.
That's what I think, because the thing I know is I had a message a couple of weeks ago which said that Randy Orton and Seth Rollins were a good team. But the interesting thing there is that Seth Rollins' like style is specialist, which doesn't get that boost with like they have good ratings. They get decent ratings with any they get decent ratings with any style.
They're like the all rounders sort of thing. You know what I mean?
But they don't get a massive boost at all from any of them.
Oh yeah, no.
So
absolutely.
if that mattered so much, I don't think that would be the case that I would have got that message. I think.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely. No, you are absolutely right.
So I wouldn't get too caught up in like.
Well, I at least know one of the people they're going to be facing tonight. Then, in that case, I know at least one person they're going to be facing tonight.
That's good.
Because it works, and because also I feel like I haven't really given him much of a chance to get out there and show what he can do. But I do like him a lot. So, okay, I'm going to see the free agents now because I've got a rough idea of what I could do with.
So in terms of the real life talent, you've got Dolph Ziggler, MVP, Fandango, Mustafa Ali, Kyle O'Reilly, Grand Metalik, and Shotzi. And then there's some local talent, if you want. Can't forget Gunther McGurder at the bottom there.
Sounds like a building supply company. He looks like he works on a building site as well, so it kind of makes sense. He's got like the dungarees. I think he's wearing a hard hat actually. Is that a hard hat?
No, I think it's.
It's cap. No worries. I was committing some cap right there. Okay, so I think I know one person who I'd like to sign. I'll just get it out of the way because it's not very exciting, but it makes sense with who I've already got there. I'd like to sign Jody Garcia, please.
Are we signing one of the local talent? This is the first time a local talent is being signed in the.
It is actually. It is. You're right.
In this mode, so someone's taken a bit of a gamble on an unknown entity.
I think the way I view this is very low risk because the fee is nominal. It's basically nothing, and it could pay off decently, and it could also help get me out of a spot with pipes and booking. Now, what about the Bulls?
Hey, Gudrun.
Hello, Gudrun. Indeed, you are. Guten Morgen. I think that's how you say it. Otherwise, I've just said like Good Morgan, which sounds a bit like I like Liv Morgan, but that's still a bit sus. Anyway, now the thing is, like if I was signing purely on sentiment, there's definitely a couple I would like. I mean, there's two that really stick out to me, but I'm kind of like they don't really fit with what I need at the moment. Like the types. Um, there's one that I would really love, but it's just not feasible at the moment. It just would be going a bit. Ich habe einen guten Tag. I am having a good day.
Yes.
Oh, cool. I wasn't sure about tag. I love the game tag. I played that a lot when I was a youngin, but not the biggest fan.
When I was a wee lad.
When I was a wee lad. Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, what?
I'm doing alright, Gudgeon. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing good too. Hope you're doing. Hope you're doing alright, Gudgeon. Hope you're doing good. Uh, to be honest, again, like I know what I need. Just like what's available is pretty crap pickings. I'm kind of tempted.
I did kind of come in and like swoop on the talent that
No,
I
no,
certainly
no. Well,
wanted.
that's your prerogative. You get first. That's what first dibs is all about. That's what first dibs is all about. And you made a great signing, so like I've absolutely no complaints about that. Very fair. Now, do I want to like they both these signings would not really set me back financially much, and to be honest, that they're not really. Yeah, Joe, what? I'm going to do it for the meme. I'm going to sign Triton.
He's signing
I'm
Triton.
signing Triton for 5 weeks. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. This man has gone. He's thrown the rule book out the window.
He just looks so happy. You know, that jack is waggy. I can't really say no.
That was his face when he was told WWE want to sign you for 5 weeks.
Imagine this guy just being like, "I'm doing a hoss match against some nobody," and then like someone from Raw approaches him like, "Yo, we're really happy about your work. We want to sign you right now." He'd be like, "Fucking."
Jesus Christ.
To be fair, he's getting 3K for 5 weeks' work. That's like 700. Yes, no. 600 smackaroonies a week. Not bad. It's not bad. That's not bad. Anyway, yes. I think I'll book the show now. I think I'm not going to sign anyone else for the time being.
Do you want to look at any of the other tabs, like the logistics or the power cards?
I mean, I'd like to look at the. Yeah, I'll look at the power cards first.
Oh my god.
What?
Bruh.
Wait,
That story's interesting.
Wait a minute. Okay. I'm going to presume I can't do that for the pay-per-view, right?
Surely not. It stopped you from doing it with the This Is War card. What do you want to have a look at?
I'll have a look at both of them. I doubt it, but it would be nice to see if I could do it.
Okay, veto random superstar prevents a random superstar on an opposing show from competing in next week's show.
It doesn't say anything about.
It doesn't say anything about a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
What about Veto Star? What about that one?
Block an opposing brand from booking their most popular superstar in next week's show, and it also doesn't say anything.
I like it very much.
Oh my god. That's ridiculous.
I think you know what I'm going to have to do then.
Surely you're not going to use this week. It's the first pay-per-view.
I could. I'll tell you what. No. I could, but I feel like that's a bit harsh. So what I'm actually going to do, because we're not just trying to win this, we're trying to create good content. So I'm not going to veto the star because that's a bit cheap. I don't like being cheap, but I do like being lol so random XD. So I will buy the veto random superstar, and I will veto a random superstar.
Well, you're going to use it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes good content. You know what I mean? It makes good content. God, and these are very evil. Like, if I really wanted to, I mean, I might still, but I would have seriously seriously done a naughty there. Yes,
Do you know
please.
what? As well.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my god. There's a very high possibility that this just completely ruins my pay-per-view plans.
Come on, come on, come on. I
But
guarantee you it's.
we're not gonna find out now. We're not gonna
Ah,
know.
I guarantee you it's going to be so dead as well. Like it's going to be so dead because the thing is, it's going to turn out that I've wasted 25K to stop you from doing like Raquel Gonzalez or something. You know what I mean? Um, can I check my free arena booking?
Any arena show logistic booked this week will be free.
Does that count for pay-per-views as well? I mean, it sounds like it does.
Yeah, Triple H gave these to us saying like use it if you think you're going to put on a good show next week. So I
I'm
assume we can use
gonna
them at the
save
pay per
it.
view.
I'll save it for the pay-per-view then. How about double cost? How about double cost?
Double the cost of an opposing brand's matches for next week's show.
Yeah, well, I'll do that then.
You're going to use that as well?
Yeah, I need to catch up with the money, so.
Oh my god, I'm getting completely dunked on.
To be honest, this isn't just for the meme of funny lol XD, it's WrestleMania Backlash, and you now have to spend like 50K to book a fucking concert hall. It's also the fact that I'm seriously behind you with the budget, so I think now is the time to use that. And the
to
longer I
be
leave it,
fair, to be fair, like I can't argue with it. It's good. It's good play.
I wouldn't blame you if you did argue with it, because if this was me, I'd be like having a minor breakdown over this.
I'm just having. I'm just having visions of the fact that Roman Reigns hasn't had a match yet, and he's going to somehow end up being off the pay per view.
If I get Roman Reigns, I would have got the fucking veto star at half price.
Crikey!
I
Right,
do,
what
I
do you want
do
to look at
think.
now?
I'll look at the roster just so I can write down the rivalry ratings, and so I can like refer back to them later, so I know what I want to book. So otherwise, I'm worried I'll forget.
There you go. Sorry, you were saying something. I think I interrupted you.
I don't know. I was probably just being a shit stirrer, to be honest. Try and be quick with this because I know it's not very fun for everyone to sort of be like stuck on. To be stuck on just looking at the screen. So I just want to make sure I have all the info. Quickly pop it down.
Imagine if we played Mario Party and I sneaked £10 into the Switch, so all your stars cost 50 coins. Well, that Switch would be flying out the fucking window.
Yeah, that would be rivaling the PS4 in terms of rapid takeoff ability.
Oh my god! I saw that Mia Yim had 4 weeks remaining on her contract, and I thought it said she had 4 stamina, and I was like, how?
How can you be this tired? You haven't done anything. Okay. Let me just write down. Quickly write down these. Write down a couple of other things as well.
Whilst Majima's sorted out his plans for the week, chat, let me know which show is winning the war this week. Is it going to be Raw or is it going to be SmackDown? SmackDown won weeks 1 and 2, but Raw won week 3 by a landslide victory to catch up. They're pretty much neck and neck at the moment. I kind of hope it stays a tight race up until the end. I don't really want to see either one of us like properly pull away.
Me
that's
too.
sad.
Me too. I find it becomes very unsatisfying very quickly.
Paper and SmackDown. Majima is Raw.
It's pretty easy. Don't worry about it, Gotcha. It's pretty easy to forget. I feel like I've probably forgotten for a moment. Sometimes, like I do have to sort of be like, right, which show am I actually running? Okay, so I think I've got all the info I need. I'm going to just do the logistics first.
Okay. So your arena, you got high school gym, concert hall, and the Capital Wrestling Centre.
Okay. Just have a look at the Capital Wrestling Centre. I think I'll go for the concert hall this week.
Going for the concert hall. Okay.
Yeah.
For your road crew, you got just the road. Well, for your crew, sorry, you got the road crew or the backstage crew.
Okay, road crew, backstage crew.
Gorilla crew is available for purchase at 15,000 if you so wish.
I think I'll stick with road crew for now.
Okay.
Might go back
Special
to it, but I'll check the
effects.
rest first.
You got basic lights and effects, or if you prefer, you can go for basic lights, effects, and pyro.
Basic lights, effects, and pyro. I'll go for basic lights, effects, and pyro.
Okay. And then lastly, advertisements. You got local signs and flyer advertisements, or you can go for cameo appearances campaign, but it will cost you 25 grand to unlock it.
Okay. I'd rather just go for local signs and flyer advertisements right now.
Okay then. I just assume this is taking you into the show.
Yeah, it will be. It will be.
Alright. Tell us what is happening on Raw this week.
So first I'll get the promos out the way. I'd like AJ Styles to call out Mansoor, please.
Is this the first promo of the night?
Yes, this is the first promo of the night.
AJ Styles to call out Mansoor. He's got level 4 promo skill, so hopefully he should do pretty well.
And I'd like to check how what the levels are like if Strowman's going to call out Sheamus.
Let me have a look at that for you. Strowman and Sheamus is a level 2 rivalry.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, do you know what Strowman's promo level is?
Let's have a look. If I were to book it, it's free.
Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll go for that. Though I am just thinking, I mean, this is another question I had actually, is if so let's say like Becky Lynch at the moment has a match, sorry, she has a rivalry, a double rivalry with LeRae and Flair. If let's say if Flair was to cut a promo on her, or she was to cut a promo on Flair, would their rivalry go up, or do they have to face each other in a doubles match to increase that rivalry?
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I don't actually know. I think it would make sense for the rivalry to go up.
Yeah.
But I don't actually know.
Also, if he's just cutting a promo this week, Strowman's going to recover some stamina, right? Because it is a little bit low.
Yeah, it did. I think Triple H said
six was it?
He'll recover 6 stamina, and there is no risk of him getting injured this week.
Brilliant. Okay. You know what? At this point, I think I will just have AJ Styles call out Mansoor, and I will have Braun Strowman call out Sheamus.
Okay then.
Quite happy. 3 out of 5 to me sounds okay. So I get into the matches now. The first match is going to be Dana Brooke and Candice LeRae in a singles match.
Okay then. Regular singles match, no interference, anything like that?
No interference for this one. I checked the match types again, but...
Oh god, their styles mesh well. So you got normal, tables, extreme rules, TLC, or Hell in a Cell.
show fairly expensive, but I don't really mind that. I'll go Extreme Rules, please.
Extreme Rules. He does like his Extreme Rule matches
I
over on
do
Raw.
love a bit of cheeky Extreme Rules. I do like it. It is true.
Okay then. And you said no interference. So
Yeah, no
shall I save that
interference.
match?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Although I have noticed it's going to say I'm going to fail my commissioner goal. I don't actually know what the commissioner goal was. I don't really think it's
Oh,
going to change my
I didn't
match.
even check. I didn't even check mine.
Oh,
Oh
cheap.
no,
Oh,
no, no, no! I do remember. It was to put Raquel Gonzalez in the
it
match.
was, yeah. Schedule a
Yes, I'm
run-in.
fine.
Oh, a run-in on my most popular available stars.
So that would be AJ Styles.
So I want to run in.
Which
A run-in on. Well, no, I don't want to do that. That would mess up my whole plans. No, I'm not going to do that.
okay.
I ain't doing that. Okay, so right.
What does it get you? Free arena booking. You got one of those
I've
anyway.
got one anyway, and I like it's a good reward, but it's not worth messing with my plans for. If I could have done it on Mansur, I would have considered that. But
You'll have the mid card and the main event. I assume you did want that as the opener. Brooke versus LeRae.
okay, yeah, that's the opener, definitely.
Okay, cool.
So main event, it's going to be uh, Charlotte Flair, as I promised, versus Becky Lynch, and I will make it so that if she's able to get the win tonight, Charlotte Flair, she will get a title bout at WrestleMania Backlash.
Oh damn. Okay. Asuka and Alexa Bliss are absolutely fuming, but the general manager has spoken.
We will see. We will see. We will see.
To be fair. Why is that? Oh wait, that's not the commissioner goal. That's why.
No, yeah, no. If it was a promise I'd made, I would stick to that. And I guess technically it is, but I respect Charlotte Flair for coming to me and showing how dedicated she is to the brand and being so self-critical in a way, but also so dedicated to self-improvement. And I feel like she's been very good for us, but she's not got the chance to shine yet. And it's not really a done deal. Like it's a big, big, big if to get a win over the Royal Women's Champion Becky Lynch.
This is true.
And for another thing, they also seem to have built up a genuine rivalry. Whereas, as much as I do love Asuka and Becky Lynch, I don't believe it's really got started in the same way. Not just in the actual game, but generally, really. They haven't had that chemistry as rivals yet. As a tag team, maybe, but as rivals. Tell
I
you
can
what,
respect that.
actually, I am thinking now. Yeah, I am thinking. Thing is, I've already booked Candice LeRae in a match against Dana Brooke. Could make it a
To be
tag
fair,
match.
this is a
It's a good main event already. I mean, it doesn't need to be a tag match. Hmm.
I'm a zip in my mouth. I'm gonna let you do your show, man.
I appreciate it. Not that I ever mind you giving advice, but like I do appreciate it. Um, the thing is as well, Brooke and LeRae have already got that rivalry. No, Joe, we're going to keep it as is for now. We're going to keep it as is.
Okay.
I'll think about it as a book the mid card, but for now, we're going to keep it as is. So this is going to be a normal match anyway, even if it does end up a tag match. I've just no particular stipulations.
Okay. Any titles or interference? You said it's not a title match, so.
Not a title match. No, but thank you for asking. No worries. No title match. No interference. I don't, I think Charlotte Flair's asked for a genuine main event shot. I don't really see any benefit.
Yeah, would be kind of a dick move, to be
It'd be
fair.
a dick move, and also I don't see I just don't see how that would even work anyway. Like, if it worked, but it wouldn't. It's kind of a bit of a stupid move, a bit dumb.
Right, shall I save that match for you?
Yes, please.
Okay, that leaves you with your mid card match.
Don't think I've forgotten my promise. So mid card will be Sheamus and Samoa Joe.
Yep.
And they will be taking on. This is the difficult one because I know I want them to take on Nakamura, but it's who Nakamura is going to be partnered up with.
Well, your options are Mansoor, Shelton Benjamin, and Triton.
I'll make it Shelton Benjamin. I like Shelton Benjamin, and he deserves to get a run out. He doesn't have long to prove himself, so I'm going to give him an opportunity. Also makes sense with the dynamic of them both being heels. I feel like they could be a very good team together.
That is an interesting team, and I do. Shelton Benjamin's not one of my favourites, but I respect Shelton Benjamin. He's a solid wrestler.
Yeah, he's not the greatest around, but I think he's definitely got something about him. Got good presence in the ring. I quite like him, but yeah, he's going to have to prove himself, but he'll also get a chance. Yeah.
Any stipulations?
What stipulations are there for tag matches?
I think it's the same: tables, Extreme Rules, TLC, and Hell in a Cell.
I would do a tables match. Why not?
Okay,
We'll
then.
do a tables
match.
Yes.
Any interference?
No. No. I'm not really a massive man for interference unless it's already been built up in a storyline. And these guys obviously are going to have some pretty good chemistry, I would think. But right now, I can't really see that making a lot of sense.
I've actually put together a really strong card again. I can't lose again.
It's just I'm still thinking about whether I want to change the main event because they wouldn't have the rivalry that Brooke and LeRae have, but I know for a fact I can make the styles mesh with Dana Brooke, and it would be Mia Yim, and then I would also get the benefit of the added spice to that rivalry because it would obviously be Charlotte Flair and Candice LeRae versus Becky Lynch and Asuka, and then you have because the whole idea is that it's still, if Charlotte Flair's team would get the win, she would get a title shot. So obviously Asuka would have a pretty big motivator to help Becky Lynch win, and Charlotte Flair would have a pretty big motivator to beat the both of them. So that's a tough one.
To be fair, I think you've got arguments both ways.
Yeah. Yeah, and my risk as well is that the main event doesn't have the rivalry. Well, I mean, it has. If it carries over the tag rivalry, then yes, but they don't have the meshing of styles, so it could get a bit overshone by the opener in the mid card. But
yes, but I will actually chime in on this.
Yeah,
I think because they're both specialists.
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
I think it should be okay.
Yeah, and I do like the idea of. Hey, John, I like this. I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to keep it as it is. I like that match of Flavie Lynch, and I like the fact that we're opening, giving Dana Brooke and LeRae a chance to shine on their own, not just in a tag team. No, Joe, I like that. I like that.
So you decided to keep it as Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it as is. Is.
Do you want to book the show? Do you want to confirm the show, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'd like to confirm. I'd like to confirm this show, please.
Okay, I'm just going to put that up there on the screen for you to have a look at before I confirm it. And whilst you're having a look at that, I will now that you've made your decision, I will say that my leaning was to keep it as the singles match.
That's fair enough.
If you had wanted my opinion, that would have been my recommendation.
I think,
but
to be honest, you were right in saying you could
could,
go either way. I think you were very right about
I
that.
think you could go either. I think you had fair arguments for both of them.
I just something about that card makes me think it's gonna work. Like it will.
Yeah, I'm worried now. I thought I'd put together a decent card. It's my main event. I've put Liv Morgan in the main event. I wasn't.
You never know. She could actually smash it in the main event.
She could.
Again, some of this is the game as well, because Liv Morgan, like if you said to me without the caveats that the game puts in the way, oh, I'm going to give Liv Morgan a main event, not just because I am a massive shameless fanboy. Like I would have think that made sense because she's been so good in the matches that even though she hasn't won every one of them, like she's had such dynamite. She's had something special. But like, this game obviously, this game does have a certain, like I wanted to make it Lynch versus Asuka for just like the thought of those two in the ring having a rivalry was fantastic, but it hasn't panned out, and I've kind of got to go with what the game is also wanting me to do. So anyway, I'm just going to go through this card. So the call-outs are both good. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, no, the call-outs are both good. I got them mixed up. They're both good. I like the opener, like the mid card, and I like the main event. So yeah, I'm happy to book that show as is.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'm booking. Let's jump into the show, starting with SmackDown. And we're opening off the show with some women's singles action. Mandy Rose going to be taking on one of SmackDown's newest superstars in Toni Storm. Going to be a few debuts, actually, on tonight's show. Let's just jump into the match. Can Toni Storm make an impact on her first night
She related to Lance
as a SmackDown superstar?
She related to Lance Storm at all?
No. It's just ring names, isn't it?
That's fair enough. Yeah, makes sense. The Battle of the Blondes as your opener is quite cool, I must admit. I do like that.
The following contest is scheduled for...
I also quite like Mandy Rose. She's been like a bit under the radar so far in terms of she's not stuck out even to me as maybe as much as like a Liv Morgan or a Bianca Belair, but you've got a fantastic women's division, to be honest. You've got a very, very good women's division.
I'm very happy with my women's division in the sense of there's not really anyone that sort of like runs away as being the standout in the women's division.
There's also no weak links. There's no weak links in the women's division.
Oh, really? I mean, we'll have to see how Storm and Gonzalez get on.
Yeah.
But certainly from the originals, I'm very happy with all of them. So.
I think Storms are very good. I think it's like, on paper, it's an addition that's on the level of quality that you already have, which is pretty important. Like, I'll confess the one area of my women's division that I've not been happy with is that there are some, like they're not bad, not by any means, but they're not at the same level as like a Becky Lynch or an Asuka.
There's a noticeable cut-off point in your women's division. Yeah,
and above the cut-off point is great, but below the cut-off point, like part of it's because we're leading up to a pay-per-view. Ooh, that's a very cool style from Toni Storm.
Toni Storm making her first appearance in MyGM.
Love the glasses.
Making her debut for SmackDown.
I've never
looking to make an impact in the women's division.
Never thought I'd see someone pull off hot pink and Road Warrior-esque spikes and black, but no, she rocks it pretty well. Very cool, the little hand gesture. I really like that. Sheesh, this is really cool. Yeah, like even for me, like some of the ones who I'm still pretty happy with anyway, like your Mia Yims, like I don't really see Mia Yim unless she pulls out something crazy and gets very popular. I can't really see Mia Yim getting to like near the top of the women's division, like middle of it, mid card maybe, upper mid card, but I couldn't really see her getting beyond that. Whereas even like Toni Storm for you, if she put in a shift, I could see her getting, again, maybe not.
Oh my god, that is a code breaker early on in the match. Sorry, continue.
No, I think you've got a. Oh, that was a code breaker. That was definitely a code breaker. Hey. I also like to give a shout out to Gudgeon because SmackDown more like letdown. I know I'm biased, but I do think that's that kind of slapped.
Quick, security, get them out. Get them out. They're trying to sabotage the show. That's a big knee. Oh my god. Mandy Rose rocked in the early goings.
Call us NWO White because, I mean, I know I'm pasty and white. I can't speak for Gudgeon, but I know I'm about the pastiest. I am the whitest white dude ever. Not in a good way, like.
Oh my god. Tony Storm running across the entire length of the ring and a big boot! My goodness. A fiery start from Tony Storm.
That was a lovely boot as well. Hulk Hogan best be taking notes if he's there.
God. Tony Storm has come flying out of the blocks early on. Mandy Rose already in trouble. How have I got orange head damage? Storm to the top rope, looking for a frog splash, and Rose gets the knees up. Time for her to take control of this matchup again. Tony Storm still kicking in this one. Oh, went for the big boot, doesn't get it. Rose looking for a roll up, but that's going to be a rope break.
There though, Storm has come running out the blocks, blazing. You could say storming out the stables. She's really given Mandy Rose something to think on.
Oh, big takedown there from Rose.
Thank you, guys. I now know that Gudgeon is pale and pasty and white like me, which is bad luck. I'm sorry, Chief. When I say I'm sorry, I mean I'm sorry because I know the price of sun cream nowadays. Not fun. Really not fun at all. So I feel for you. I'm with you there, Gudgeon.
Rose has gone on to the ground and pound style, but went to the well one too many times. The Storm taking back control of the contest.
That was a lovely recovery from Storm too. That was a beautifully executed manoeuvre there. Really, I mean, Storm just looks really smooth in the ring. I said earlier, I know she's not related to Lance Storm, but it's giving me Lance Storm vibes. It reminds me of just that really smooth, slick execution in the ring. Really goes a long way in this business. A long, long way. Although I do hope she's A, better on the mic, and B, less aggressively Canadian. Sorry, all you Toronto people out there, and every other place in Canada actually.
I believe Tony Storm is Australian?
Bro, this is sick. I like her more and more every time I learn. Can we please like have her finisher? I don't know what her finisher is, so I'm just chatting shit. But please tell me her finisher is like absolutely beeling someone off the top rope with like a suplex, just calling it like putting a shrimp on the barbie or something. That'd be really fun. That's a shame. It's probably for the best, but it's a shame.
Her finisher is a Tiger Driver called Storm Zero. Speaking of,
that's a very cool name.
Storm Zero connects!
Should have done it. I jinxed it. I fucking jinxed it, mate. Let's have a look. I love it, the way that she's executed Storm Zero there. That was really, really, really impressive.
Then transitioning into a cloverleaf submission when that didn't get the job done. Rose struggling to get out of that one.
There you are. Man, Tony Storm has absolutely upended any idea Mandy Rose may have had that this was going to be a quick way to advance up the ranks with a quick win here. I think that might have been what she's expected because she's put in some very good showings herself, but Tony Storm is not going to take any of that kind of business here in the SmackDown Women's Division. She's here
oh my god,
to fight, not to play.
The agility of Tony Storm to roll through and into the neck breaker, and now looking to connect with Storm Zero again, but doesn't get it this time.
That was a wonderful neck breaker. I mean, just picking up Mandy Rose and moving her around for such a technically difficult maneuver to execute. Moving her around like it's nothing. without any sweat, without any bother at all. That is incredibly impressive. She just looks like $1,000,000, to use a cliche here. Or I don't know, a million VB long necks, whatever they like in Australia.
Rose was looking for the angel wings, but she isn't gonna get it. Big fisherman suplex now from Storm. Very nice bridge into the cover. Though it only gets a 2. Oh, Rose was looking for the big running knee. Not gonna get it. Also avoiding the big combination from Toni Storm.
I think it's smart from Mandy Rose. She needs a big power move, a huge play to turn this around quick. Because Toni Storm has had her way in this match pretty much from the first bell, from the first moment that they've locked up, that they've started going at each other. Toni Storm has dictated everything. She's dictated the pace. She's dictated what part of Mandy Rose she wants to systematically take apart. It's been a mauling in there right now. Mandy Rose has got to get her head in the game, and she's got to do something big to turn it around before it's too late.
Just as he said that she needs to get her head in the game, she starts taunting the fans. Definitely taking her head out of the game. And being distracted for too long. Oh, maybe she was playing possum. There's the big knee. And Storm goes down like a sack of potatoes. And that might be the knockout blow that Rose needs to pick up a great win. A surprising win. Oh, look at that. That tells the story right there. She can barely get up at the end of the match.
Ended quicker than I expected. I thought this one would go a little bit further than that, but it was a fabulous match. It was really compelling to watch. Such great back and forth between these two competitors.
I think this match had all the makings to go longer, but that knee right to the chin, I think she might have knocked Storm out the way she just collapsed afterwards.
I think so. I think that was an incredibly hard hit for Storm to take. But that says a lot about the match itself, doesn't it? Because Storm was absolutely in it to the very last, and it took a hard shot right to the head, which may have left her unconscious to get Mandy Rose the win. I mean, she looks pretty happy, pretty relaxed now, but inside she must be thinking, I didn't expect any of this to go that way. She couldn't have been expecting such an absolutely devastating performance from Toni Storm there, to be honest.
That's not good. That's not good. Oh no! 1.5 stars.
Wait, that should have been that's at least, like, even in the game, that's at least a 2 star. I'm not having.
I mean,
I'm not having this.
I do have a better understanding of how the star rating works now. If you would like to hear it briefly,
I'll go over my understanding. Please add anything, just so we know. So the star rating is to do with a number of factors, including face versus heel, meshing of styles, already existing rivalry status. Also, it's to do with popularity, and another big one is like a lot back and forth in the match. Like if it's just one person doing all the attacking, it tends to bring the rating down. And also, you want like a good finish and some big power moves, and like you also want stuff like close kickouts.
Okay, so that's a pretty good understanding. But what I'm going to tell you is, for the purposes of MyGM mode, the contents of the match don't actually matter.
Fair enough. Really?
So you playing it has no effect on the actual overall rating that you're getting. It's all about the first. It's all about the first lot that you've said, the face heel dynamic, the popularity, the rivalry, that stuff. That's what the game cares about. So, but we're playing the matches to make it more interesting to actually watch.
Yeah. To be honest, my man, maybe I'm I don't know, maybe this isn't the right thing to say, but like I would say that you shouldn't really worry too much about your ratings, because I've deliberately taken a little bit of a hit on this show to try and build for the pay-per-view with like the promos and stuff. Like honestly, I've done a bit similar as well, to be fair. Like, let's be honest, the week before I had my two biggest rivalries on the same card with special match types, and I also had an upset win that was pretty massive. So I don't think that this show is going to run away. I mean, I'm not saying last week's ran away with it, but I don't think it'll be as big. If I do win, it's not going to be anywhere near as big as last week. If
Well,
it is,
we'll
I'm
have
not
to
complaining. If it is, I'm not complaining. But I don't think it will.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. We then go into Bianca Belair makes her way to the ring, and she addresses the comments that Bayley made on Twitter following last week's show, saying that Bianca Belair was calling her was avoiding her during the match with Liv Morgan, and she says, "Listen here, Bayley. I do not run away from any challenge. I will take you on anywhere, any day, any time, in or outside this ring. And here I am this week, and I'm ready for a fight. And where are you? You're not here tonight, because apparently you couldn't make the show. And I don't know about you guys, but to me, I think that speaks volumes about the one who's running away from a fight, the one here who's really scared. Now, your travel issues may have stopped you from facing me tonight, but Bayley, you can't run from me forever. So I'm gonna see you this Sunday at WrestleMania Backlash. And the EST of WWE is going to give you the biggest beating of your life. Now the question is that promo going to get a good rating? It was an excellent promo, and the rivalry has grown! Let's go!
See what I mean? You're more than keeping up with me with the stuff.
Let's go. Well,
For
those of you who don't know what Bianca Belair is referring to, earlier this week, SmackDown superstars Bayley, Big E, and Kevin Owens did attend a convention in the state of Florida, and they were doing some autograph signings. But poor weather has grounded all of the flights, and they weren't able to make the show this week. They've had to go by land vehicles. They've had to go by car. The three of those, we understand, are travelling together, and they weren't able to make SmackDown this week, and they're heading straight for the next show, which is of course WrestleMania Backlash. So that's what Bianca's referring to there. It sounds to me like she has challenged Bayley to a match at the pay-per-view. Well, what happens then, guys, is that we do cut to a commercial break. After that, when we come back, and Liv Morgan has gone into the general manager's office, and obviously we saw that conversation the game gave us. It's similar along those lines. Liv Morgan has said, "Look, I know I lost against Bianca Belair last week, boss, but I feel like I have more to offer, and I want a main event match on SmackDown to prove my worth to the brand." So, of course, general manager, it's me, Paper Emblem. I'm the general manager. I say, well, it's funny that you should ask for an opportunity to prove yourself, because, to be quite frank, the events of tonight have completely thrown a spanner into the works. After her victory against you last week, Bianca Belair was actually in line to challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship. She was in the rankings at number 1. I've just spoken to her about that challenge she's laid down, and she's told me she wants this match with Bayley first. She believes if she goes for the SmackDown Women's Championship now, she will either be unfocused or Bayley will get involved, and it will cost her the championship. So she feels she needs to settle this issue with Bayley first, which leaves us without a challenger for the pay-per-view. So, Liv Morgan, you can have your main event match tonight against the newest member of the SmackDown Women's Division, Raquel Gonzalez, and if you can beat her in tonight's main event, I will make you the number 1 contender for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and you will challenge Sasha Banks at WrestleMania Backlash. And Liv Morgan are obviously thrilled with this opportunity. So that's your main event for tonight. But before we get there, we have another debut, Cesaro making his first appearance on the blue brand. I'm actually going to simulate this now because I don't know how run-ins work, so I'm going to simulate it.
2, 3.
Okay, so it's a good back and forth contest. McIntyre, he's lining up for the Claymore, a move that has won him so many victories. But as he's running towards Cesaro, a flash across the ring, and Roman Reigns spears McIntyre right out of his boots. McIntyre left laying in the ring by the Universal Champion. Drew McIntyre wins this match by disqualification, obviously due to outside interference. And Roman Reigns standing tall over the number one contender to the Universal Championship. Of course, that is the match we will be getting this Sunday at Backlash.
Brilliant stuff. I've got to
We'll
say,
then move on to... Yep, go on.
I've got to say, I know he didn't get the result he would have wanted on his debut, but I think this Cesaro is fantastic that he's back in the WWE. He's probably one of the most underutilized but most beloved, just all-round talented, great personality, great in the ring. He is just dynamite. He is just absolutely brilliant. And I, for one, although it may end up hurting my bottom line, I'm very happy to see him back on the blue brand.
I couldn't agree with more with you there, partner. We then cut to Randy Orton in the backstage area. He's being interviewed again by one of our backstage personalities. They say, "We understand you wanted to follow up on your words from last week." And Randy Orton says, "Well, clearly, it doesn't take much to get into the heads of the new generation of WWE superstars. Just look at Big E. Last week, I had a few words for him. Wanted to make sure he knew I was here and knew that I was ready to take him out at any time. And everything comes crumbling down for Big E. He loses in the main event of SmackDown against Drew McIntyre. And I don't know about you, but he looked quite distracted to me. Perhaps because he knew that at any moment he could get hit with an RKO out of nowhere. And then this week, he doesn't even make the show at all. I don't believe this nonsense about travel issues and flights being grounded. If Big E was half the superstar he thinks he was, he would be here tonight by any means necessary. Big E doesn't have what it takes to be the face of WWE. Not like how I have been the face of this company for the last 20 years. Big E is not on my level, and I am going to prove that at WrestleMania Backlash, when out of nowhere I hit him with the RKO, I pin him 1, 2, 3, and I move on in my quest to claim my 15th World Championship. So some ice cold words from the Viper there, but how does that do in the ratings? It was an okay promo. We've actually got it going in the rivalry now. It took a couple of promos for the game to register that.
I thought that was a great promo myself.
But that's fine by me.
I can never please everybody, huh?
Brings us to the main event of Liv Morgan versus Raquel Gonzalez. Remember, if Liv Morgan can win this match, she gets a championship opportunity at the pay-per-view.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Elmwood Park, New Jersey, Liv Morgan.
Well, Liv Morgan has quickly become a fan favourite of the SmackDown women's division. And she is just one match away, potentially, from challenging for that women's championship at Backlash. But it's going to be a tall order to knock off a debuting contestant tonight in Raquel Gonzalez.
And from Rio Grande Valley, Texas, Raquel Gonzalez.
Well, my commentary partner, what are you thinking of this one? Can Liv Morgan book her place at Backlash, or is Raquel Gonzalez going to be picking up a debut victory?
To be honest, I think I would say that Morgan, I mean, admittedly, Raquel Gonzalez, somewhat of an unknown. This is her debut. We could get something brilliant. We could get something that's easily beatable. However, I've just been so impressed with Liv Morgan. You know me. I haven't got the shirt yet, I haven't got the flags, but I am the #1 fan. But she's just been putting in great show after great show. Hasn't got every result she would have wanted, but I think she's just at such a high level right now that she has every chance of booking her place at Backlash and making a serious challenge for that SmackDown Women's title.
Well, when we see a chop, it's usually across the chest. But Raquel Gonzalez delivering a chop to the face of Liv Morgan and heading to the top rope. Oh, this could be huge. Oh, big gut punch. That could have been disastrous for Liv Morgan. Well, Raquel Gonzalez definitely got the height advantage. Probably got the strength advantage as well, you would imagine. Liv Morgan going to have to use every trick in the book, like that roll up there. Only gets a 1. Didn't really notice it until they both got into the ring, but yeah, there's a definite size advantage for Raquel Gonzalez in this one. She's going to be looking to overpower Liv Morgan in this contest.
You see already those, clubbing blows, those just power moves, slamming Liv Morgan right down, trying to just break her and wear her out as much as she can. Raquel Gonzalez, really. That is what she's made her name off. That's where her strengths lie. Her strength is in her strength.
The disrespect from Liv Morgan, wasn't able to follow up on it though. Gets the Hurricane Rana there, however. Oh, misses the elbow. That's a big spine buster from Raquel Gonzalez, and that's going to put a stop to the momentum of Morgan. Oh, and a big double axe handle to the back. Very nicely done by Gonzalez. Oh, this is when Liv Morgan does not want to be. Flat on the mat. At the mercy of the larger, stronger competitor. As soon as she gets out of it, right back into trouble. There's a big elbow drop. Well, I'm gonna actually pose a different question to my colleague now. Regardless as to who does pick up the victory, which opponent would you think poses a bigger threat to the champion, Sasha Banks?
I mean, I would just have to say Liv Morgan. I mean, Raquel Gonzalez has got a lot of power behind her. By no means my disrespecting her, saying she's not at the level required in the SmackDown Women's division. It's a high level. She's definitely there. Liv Morgan just has that little something extra, that spark, that special, indilutable, indescribable quality that all stars in this business need. She's just got it, and I don't know if Raquel Gonzalez is quite there yet. She could be, but right now, I really do think that Liv Morgan has something special.
I probably should clarify, this is not per se a #1 contenders match. If Raquel Gonzalez wins this, it does not mean she's challenging Sasha Banks at Backlash. But if she does win, it puts her right in the driver's seat for it, as there's the gory special submission hold. Liv Morgan in big trouble here, going to need to fight out of that one. She does, turns it into an arm drag. Very nice reversal. Very good, using the ring to wear out her opponent. Now what's Morgan gonna go for here? Oh, she's looking for that big face buster, and she will get it. Falls nicely for the cover. Oh! Ho, ho.
Always a lovely maneuver to watch in action. Facebuster.
I thought that was it, but Raquel Gonzalez does get the shoulder up at the very last moment.
Maybe it's a bit odd to give someone credit for this of all things, but that was a great kick out from Raquel Gonzalez. She looked done and dusted, to be honest. But Liv Morgan has still had the best of it by a long way. I'd like to think she's maybe validating my comments, but I don't want to trigger the old commentator's curse.
Low shots now from Morgan, trying to take out the vertical base of her opponent. Of course, with someone like Gonzalez. A twist of fate! Oh my goodness, I didn't know that Morgan had that one in her arsenal. Oh, but it's not going to get the job done. A twist of fate there. Hardy Boys would be proud of that one. Now Morgan looking for a variation of a camel clutch. Not one to go for the submission very often is Morgan. But I don't think she's going to get it on that occasion. Morgan manages to slide out of that one. And now into a roll-up. Again, Gonzalez gets the shoulder up. She's looking for that gory special again. She's going to go for the submission a second time. Could be trouble for the smaller competitor. She needs to get out of this one quickly again, and she's going to do it, I think. Impressive that she's able to overpower Gonzalez in that situation. Down goes Gonzalez. That big kick to the midsection, doing a number on her. Big splash from Morgan. Again, Gonzalez getting the shoulder up. You can see Morgan trying to end this one quickly. Perhaps thinking that if I do get the win, I need to save myself for the championship opportunity. But she needs to win this match if she's to even get that opportunity. Tossing her across the ring by the hair. That's not really a legal manoeuvre, but you know the referee probably going to be a bit lenient in this one given the ramifications. And now just tossing her about by the leg. The strength really on power from Raquel Gonzalez. Deadlifts her and tosses her again. It's gone from bad to worse for Liv Morgan here. Not quite sure what Gonzalez was going for there, but it can't have been good news for Morgan. Good thing she got out of it. Now, hoisting her up and slamming her down. Oh, Gonzalez truly starting to take control of this contest. And again, Morgan gets out of that one. Oh, went for the big face buster, not going to get it. Morgan, big elbows. Oh, I think she was going for the Oblivion there, but Gonzalez caught her just in time. Looking for a roll up again. Oh, could not have been any closer. Oh, she was looking for the Oblivion. And a third gory special.
I think what I'm getting here is that Liv Morgan has really started to wear. She's getting as good as she's getting, but how close Liv Morgan's getting with each of these roll-ups, I do think it's looking more and more to me like it's a matter of time. But perhaps Raquel Gonzalez...
The Oblivion! The Oblivion out of nowhere!
That might be it.
That will be it!
Yeah.
And the collapse from Morgan tells you how hard fought that one was. But we do have a #1 contender to challenge Sasha Banks at Backlash. I'll tell you what, Raquel Gonzalez, she did have a game plan in that one. Work on the back, go for the gory special, try and get the submission victory. You know what? I think that roll-up actually had it. The referee's hand, I think, hit the mat there. I think that's some bad officiating on the part of the referee. I'll have to have a look at that one.
Gonna have to be reviewed maybe, but doesn't take away from what was a fabulous match. Great contest to watch.
Didn't change the result in the end.
No, just a really interesting combination there. Someone as small and high flying and agile, with someone who is just a bruiser, a beater, a beast like Raquel Gonzalez, who will just wear you down and beat you into the ground, grind you into dust. So Liv Morgan was never going to be one to allow that, and she's got a really good win here today.
Very big win for Liv Morgan. She is heading to Backlash as the number one contender.
Fully deserved, gotta say. Was very, very deserved.
Well, it's time to head over to Raw, where there's an equally impressive showing for you tonight.
I'd like to think so. It's going to be an interesting one, giving some of our fantastic women's division who haven't been getting as much screen time as maybe they deserve in recent weeks on Monday nights. But they're going to get a match that they fully deserve, and they're going to get to show their stuff tonight. Because it's Dana Brooke versus Candice LeRae.
It is indeed. So, management, who am I playing as in this one?
This competitor who I'm going to get you to play as is a personal favourite of mine, so I'm going to have to say Candice LeRae.
Okay, then.
She was a bit of a gamble when she first came in to the Red Show. But I've been really pleased with her so far, and I think she's fully justified the faith that we've shown in her as a brand. She's been great, and I'm looking forward to what she's going to produce tonight.
Blimey, that was a bit of athleticism there from Dana Brooke. She's going to need to make use of that one in the contest, not just in her entrance.
Has to be said, for someone who is so powerfully built as Dana Brooke, really impressive when you see that kind of athleticism, that kind of sheer agility. Just being able to whip that out of your locker is something not to be taken lightly. You can't forget that when you're in a match with someone like Dana.
From Cleveland, Ohio, Dana Brooke.
Seems in good spirits tonight. I think she's just very happy. She's sort of been knocking on my door every now and again. Her and Candice LeRae actually been knocking on my door every now and again. Not in an aggressive way, not in an angry way at all. We're both very good people to work with. A pleasure to have on the brand, on the show. We're just knocking on the door and sort of saying, when are we going to get a chance? We really want to show what we do. We're going to give these fans a great show, make them go home happy. And they're getting that chance now, and for one, I think it's going to be a fabulous showcase of two brilliant wrestlers tonight.
I do believe this is the in-ring debut of Dana Brooke on the Red brand, is that correct?
I believe so. She's had a few run-ins with Candice before, but I believe they may have been restricted to time on the mic, so to speak. But
well, Candice has had a match or two already. I do know that much.
That's right, teaming up with Charlotte Flair, I believe, to take on Asuka and Becky Lynch. Obviously,
that sounds about right.
Obviously, the landscape of the women's division has changed a decent bit since then, but one thing that hasn't changed is Candice. Sheer skill, her ability in the ring, and her ability to draw eyes, put butts in seats. That is not going to go away anytime soon. And Dana Brooke's going to have to put a stop to that electricity that LeRae has if she wants to get anything out of this match tonight.
And Candice is a seasoned competitor, more so than her opponent, but Dana Brooke is not a pushover by any means. So it'll be interesting to see how this one develops.
It's almost a little similar to the last match we've all just seen on SmackDown, in that there is a favourite here. There is someone you'd be expecting to just about get a result, but that's not going to tie up any of the loose ends of this match in any way, really.
Ray trying to get the weapons early on, but Dana Brooke is wise to those tricks.
Yeah, Dana Brooke is not going to allow. She has that advantage in power and sheer strength over Candice LeRae, and she can't afford to let her bridge the gap by grabbing a weapon so early in this encounter. You know, in an ideal world, Dana would have preferred there to be no weapons in this encounter, perhaps, or she would at least be wanting to keep Candice away from the bottom of that ring, pretty much as long as she can. But it's easy in paper, not so easy in practice. Never easy to keep weapons out of a match like this. I'm sure Sheamus and Braun Strowman will have been giving us some pointers about that. Speaking of which, we will be seeing them in tonight's Monday Night Raw. So stay tuned.
Nice little teaser for the future of the show as there's a roll up from LeRae. Only getting a 1 on that occasion. The kick doesn't take down Brooke. Gone for the chair, but LeRae was there, she was ready for it.
The crowd counting along, loving every second.
Match has been very much in favour of LeRae to this point.
Absolutely. Make no mistake, Dana Brooke is still very much alive, but she might not be soon if she doesn't start turning things around a little at least. If she just lets Candice LeRae keep having her way with these weapons.
Sorry, Dana Brooke just took a baseball bat to the bridge of the nose and stayed standing. That is incredible resilience.
Well,
and she's just hammering away at LeRae, trying to take that leg out of commission, or maybe it's the back, I can't quite tell.
I think LeRae,
oh my goodness!
I think Candice LeRae's bitten off a little bit more than she could chew. I don't think
the crowd are going wild for this!
Look at them absolutely hammered. I'd be surprised if there's anything left. She won't be able to stand by the end of this. Good God!
Jesus!
Stop! She's destroying her!
Stop the damn match! Stop the damn match! This is too much! This is too much!
Candice, I mean, I know it's an Extreme Rules match, but for Christ's sake,
oh my God!
Some human sympathy.
No, not more! Please, no! I thought she'd stopped, but no, there is no mercy! Oh, finally, LeRae gets out of that one.
I'm not sure whether Babe Ruth cheered or cried at that. I don't really know who's crying in this scenario, though. I wouldn't blame Candice LeRae if she just ran out the ring, but she's kept at it. She's begging Dana Brooke to take her on, keep out there, deliver more punishment. Is she mad? Is that really what she wants, to take a beating like that again?
Don't know what that was there, but it's Donna kept giving her some time to breathe in this one.
I thought she was going to use the sharpshooter there, Candice LeRae, but she's created a really interesting little inversion on the typical submission maneuver. I mean, I think anyone in that crowd would have expected, a long-term submission to be locked in there, but Candice has just slammed her down to the mat. I mean, giving her back a little bit of her own punishment, a taste of her own medicine, so to speak. You can't really blame her for being furious at the moment. I think anyone taking a beating like that would want to give out some punishment in return. That's human nature.
Oh, turning that into a roll-up. Very smart from LeRae. Oh, I nearly got the job done. Dana Brooke, she's got her up. Spins her around into a big slam. Looked like a landslide to me, a spinning landslide. And LeRae barely able to get that shoulder up. Now the wheels turning in the mind of Dana Brooke, setting up that chair in the corner. Dangerous prospect.
These are dark, dirty, evil thoughts right now in the mind of Dana Brooke. I don't think she's going to give Candice LeRae.
Oh my God, she's gone for it again. The spinning landslide a second time, out of nowhere.
I think
And
that might have
again,
been it.
Ray gets the shoulder up. Oh, that was so
I
close.
thought that was it. I thought that was it. This is not what I expected at all. I thought Dana Brooke would put in a good showing, but she is taking no prisoners out there. Although she may be taking a few weeks off in injuries for Candice LeRae. Maybe popping a few pills, a few paracetamol, for instance. Probably more than a few paracetamol. We might need to upgrade the pain relief after this for Candice LeRae. I don't know how she's moving with such speed after the absolute beating her lower back has taken. I don't know how she's standing, to be quite honest. She missed with that first kendo shot, but that.
Well, we spoke about the athleticism of Brooke, and that's just an example of it there.
I think I expected these two competitors to put on a good show, but they are so wonderfully matched out there. Such a good combination of power and athleticism from both sides. And when you consider Dana Brooke's build and how strong and stocky she is, so to speak, you never expect to see that kind of absolute.
Oh my god,
agility.
the kendo stick is split on the body of Dana Brooke.
And that first shot to the gut was absolutely horrific to watch. It just makes you wince every time you see it. It makes you cringe, it really does. I don't know.
Standing again. That baseball bat has no effect on Dana Brooke.
I seriously think she must have hit a few home runs in her time. Kind of.
Oh, both superstars
spell.
Thinking very similarly.
They flew out the ring and
one.
Absolutely slipped over the top turnbuckle there. This match is just full of surprises. Oh, they both missed there. They both just about got the timing wrong there. But every time Dana Brooke picks up that chair, I don't know if she was, a broken piece of furniture in a previous life. I don't know if she's had some beef with the IKEA customer service, but she hates that weapon almost as much as she hates Candice LeRae, come to think of it. I seriously dread to think what might happen if she continues with the use of that chair on Candice LeRae. Now on Raw we have a policy of not stopping an Extreme Rules match if there's a serious injury. I'm really starting to wonder if we're going to have to put that policy into effect. I've seen a few Sheamus Strowman matches in my time. I've seen some gnarly matches, but this brutality of this one. These two competitors, they hate each other. They're going at it and they're not holding one thing back.
It looked to me like LeRae was looking for the Gargano escape there to try and bring an end to this one, but Brooke was wise to it. She rolled out the way just in time. Oh, big kick right to the face. And again, that maneuver from the race might have just knocked Dana Brooke out. This match is the momentum's slowly starting to swing into the favour of LeRae. Oh, big DDT! That could be a knockout blow. Oh, you see LeRae land, not impressed with the referee's decision, but it was correct. It was a 2. It wasn't a 3 count, it was a 2.
Just a 2. I mean, it was ridiculously close. You could argue there was a slight delay as the referee went to start the count from when LeRae hooked the leg and went pin, but we have seen a few delays in the counts tonight, some worse than others. I don't know if you could say Candice LeRae has grounds to be upset there, but it's going to take something special for either of these two ladies to be put away tonight. Something very, very special and something brutal.
Oh my goodness, look at this submission hold. Look at that, the strength, the technique to just balance your opponent like that. There's no give at all for Brooke to how she... Oh, that's how the strength of Brooke to fight.
Someone as well built with the sheer musculature of Dana Brooke is very hard to
Oh,
keep
that
them
was
down
a
for
that
that
was a
long.
mistake from LeRae, landing face first on the table.
Yeah, this is not the kind of match in which you could afford mistakes. Any mistake could cost you everything here, especially when Dana Brooke is getting out and setting up a table. Especially then.
Oh wow, you can actually see there's a bit of a crack in the table from where LeRae landed.
It's a very cool little feature. I like that. I think Brooks actually landed on the same spot. They're going to break the table while it's still sat on the floor at the moment. I'll tell you what, if that does happen, I might have to ask the furniture providers for these matches for my money back. Every time one of them, I don't know if it's just the nature of this match. I've seen plenty of tables being used in a match of this type before, but every time I see them pick up any weapon, but especially the bulkiness and the size of that table, it just makes me fear for these two women. It really, really does. You know, be it not for me to say when two people can go at it and tear each other apart, but there's got to be a limit for these two. Surely there has to be a limit. It has to.
Ooh, that Hurricane Runner. Sending Brooke through the table.
Perfectly executed as well, right through the middle of the table. It was just brutal, just absolutely brutal.
What a maneuver from LeRae! I've never seen a Frankensteiner executed in that fashion. And now gonna look for the Gargano escape.
Oh, incredible!
And I think, there was no question there. Brooke, she had to make a decision. Is it the match or is it your career?
Yeah.
And she's chosen her career on this night.
Brooke has shown unbelievable resilience there, but there's something that even someone as powerful, as near superhuman as Dana Brooke, even then you can only take. Lovely shots in the replay. I will be speaking to the camera staff tonight. I do love a bit of scaffolding in my non-scaffold match. That was a great showing for both women, to be fair.
Coming to you from next week's episode of Raw, it's the backstage staff on a scaffolding match. Oh my goodness!
No, it's the backstage staff in a contract on a pole match, and only one of them.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my fucking god! Okay.
Is that our first 3-star rating?
Ladies and gentlemen, hold the phone. I expected like 2-star. That's fucking it.
Oh no! Oh no! This is gonna be another curb stomp of a week.
Okay, let's go. Okay.
Oh no! Well, you made the right decision with the main event. Even no matter how the main event goes, this is justified not cancelling.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think it would have been a good like Mia Yim versus fine, but it wouldn't have. With all due respect to Mia Yim, I don't think it would have been that level of quality. Damn, that's gone about as well as I could have hoped. Candice LeRae looks like me right now, sat in my chair.
Well, you said, you know what? You said you were going to give two underappreciated talents a chance to prove themselves.
They proved themselves.
And they've gone out and they've put on the match of the year so far, according to the game.
Yeah.
Oh my word!
And we're following fire with fire, as we've got AJ Styles, who has a few words on the state of his rivalry and his psyche after his recent bouts with Mansoor. So he's come out. He's come out and he immediately looks pretty pissed. I mean, after last week, you'd be surprised if he was in anything but a stormy mood. But he looks particularly angry. He's been sullen, he's been downcast, and he's been furious the past number of weeks on Raw. And he brought his own mic because he didn't want to have to wait for any. He actually backstage demanded that there were no announcements before of him coming out before he cuts this promo. He just wants to get straight down to business, and it's business he's getting down to. Because he comes out and straight away, AJ Styles takes the mic. All right, you people better shut up if you want to listen to what I've got to say. I know you people are getting all excited over this little shithead, this Monday night motherfucker, this little nobody, this kid, because he got a lucky win against me last week. He won one match, and you people are acting like he's the greatest thing ever, the best wrestler of all time, the king of Monday nights. Well, I'm here to remind you, I am 21st century excellence. I am a veteran for a reason. I've been around the block. I know the game, and I know how to win it. It doesn't matter what you brain-dead, blind idiots think. Next week, I will remind everyone how unassailable and how dominant I am. I'm gonna leave Monday Night Manny on the floor, broken in half. I'm gonna show him why everyone will remember AJ when he's long gone, when his back's fucked, when his legs are snapped in two and he can barely walk. I will stand tall. I will be the undisputed champion of Monday nights, and I will walk out of Backlash the winner. And you people, don't forget it.
Boo! Boo! Fuck you, AJ.
Fuck you, Styles. You smarmy prick. And actually, security had to come out because AJ Styles heard. He ran straight into the crowd and grabbed this guy by the throat, shaking him, screaming in his face, spitting in his face. And luckily, a couple of security guards were on hand to grab him away. Luckily, Mansoor wasn't in his line of sight. He in the ring or in the crowd, or else it could have seriously kicked off. This rivalry is heating up like you wouldn't believe. And at Backlash, it's gonna boil over big time.
Oh dear. Well, shall we see what
We shall.
what the game makes
I
of that
better not
promo?
get like a 1 out of 4 now. I'll be fuming.
It was an excellent promo, and this rivalry has gone up a level.
Is that 3 out of 4 now?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Excellent promo. Oh, it's all coming together for Monday nights.
Been a good start, but we've got to carry the momentum through.
Well, it's time for the tag. It's time for a tag team match, player.
And we've got some big game players in this match. For one thing, we've got Shelton Benjamin making his debut on Monday night. But we've also got 2 men, one of whom has requested to be together. I think game respects game, brutality respects brutality. 2 of the toughest, meanest sons of bitches on Raw right now. Samoa Joe and the Irish Hurricane, the Emerald Emperor, Sheamus. We've got Emperor versus King, Samoan versus Shelton. 4 fabulous competitors. Yeah, I couldn't think of anything else. 4 fabulous competitors in that ring tonight. It's going to be
versus the gold standard.
I didn't know that was what his nickname. It would have been so cool.
The gold standard.
The Samoan versus the gold standard. Beautiful. Emperor versus King. Samoan standard v gold standard. But who will come out on top tonight? Find out in our next match on Monday Night Raw.
Okay, who am I taking up in this one?
I think it's got to be Samoa Joe and Sheamus. I just love them too much. I love Sheamus' son.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it wants me to be, so I'm just going to go with that and I'll just change it as the game wants.
Yeah, whoever. I must say, though, as much as I like Shelton Benjamin, the fact that he's only like 5 popularity behind Nakamura is kind of a bit of a joke.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous. Like, I get, like, Nakamura and Samoa Joe being on the same, yeah, fair enough. Sheamus being a bit above, maybe not, but I get it. Like, Shelton Benjamin, not quite on the level of popularity of, like, no one's jamming to Shelton Benjamin's theme. No one's buying that shit off.
Introducing first,
was really hoping that when Sheamus came in, Samoa Joe would somehow pop out from behind him, like leap out from behind him, and they just walk together.
Oh, the bromance we didn't know we needed.
Yes, it's like two tsunderes in one ring.
Well, the Celtic Warrior making his way. Well, actually, he's already made his way to the ring. I do believe Sheamus is currently undefeated.
He is. He somehow managed to win 2 matches in a row against Braun Strowman. I mean, I don't know if from being from Ireland he's a religious man, but he must believe in miracles at this point. He's seen 2 play out in front of his own eyes.
Well, Sheamus was the last man drafted for Monday Night Raw, but he's made his way up the rankings very quickly. Here's another man who's doing very well for himself at the moment. Samoa Joe made mincemeat of Shinsuke Nakamura a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Nakamura looking to put that right tonight.
Well, look, I mean...
See, Gudgeon?
There you go. Now, you are very non-toxic, though. If you're still here, Gudgeon, you're very non-toxic. Don't worry about it. You're very wholesome.
I mean, even if he was, it was in jest.
Exactly.
Obviously.
Yeah. Obviously,
So.
yeah. I would... I mean, he was supporting my show, so it's not my place to say whether I'd get annoyed by it, but...
No, it's fun.
I don't like toxic fans.
I like the battle lines being drawn in chat.
Yeah, I think it's cool. No, that I like. Also, I love how Lily, you just became shit Vince McMahon for a minute there. She better win or she was fired. I love that.
Well, here comes the king of Monday nights, Shinsuke Nakamura. The Japanese sensation.
He's the king of a lot of things. Apparently dabbing is one of them.
The king of strong style, more than anything.
True, very much. I think to be honest, he could probably be on the level of Roy Sheamus in terms of that most hard-hitting, that most technically brilliant of all styles of wrestling. It is
Definitely. Don't let his current record of 0-2 fool you. This is a talented, dangerous individual. He's just been unfortunate in recent times. He's looking to get back on track in this tag team contest, teaming up with a fresh face on Monday nights.
well worn, you might say, the face of Shelton Benjamin. No, but Nakamura is... I mean, it's so rare to find such personalities as Shinsuke Nakamura. As King Nakamura, to refer to him by his proper title. It's so rare to find such showmen in wrestling. There's many brilliant people on the mic, brilliant in the ring, but to combine them in the way that he does is just... The skill it takes can't be put into words. It really can't. You can't give this man enough praise.
From Orangeburg, South Carolina.
Speaking of which, here's Shelton Benjamin.
Here comes Shelton Benjamin.
I'm Benjamin. I'm the Shelt man.
That's it. That's it. He is now the Shelt man. Shelton Benjamin is a veteran, of course. He's been around the block a few times, so he knows this is not going to be an easy contest by any means. Making his debut in this tag team match, looking to make an impact. Remember, this is a tables match. First team to put one of their opponents through a table will be victorious. You only need to put one of your opponents through. It's not elimination.
Speaking of this man, Shelton Benjamin, he could be... I'm not going to spoil anything, but if things go to plan, he could be involved in a little bit more tag team action down the line. So stay tuned. Keep tuning into Monday Night Raw, and maybe we'll see where that goes. That blow. Speaking of Shelton Benjamin, look at the blow that Sheamus just laid on his chest there. I mean, it just doesn't matter whether you've been in the business for a year, 10 years, or 5 minutes. Sheamus is not going to let you have one moment's rest. quite a brawl going on in the ring. It's refreshing because it's rare nowadays to see two competitors, especially on opposite sides in the ring, just being allowed to work their stuff on their opponents in a tag match. Obviously, there is the risk of a sudden pin or a sudden roll-up just ending the match right away if your partner's occupied, but it does make for fantastic viewing. It really lets all these competitors show their stuff.
That's actually not a risk in this contest because it is a tables match, but of course you can just as suddenly find you or your partner cascading through the wooden surface, and then that's the contest over.
Speaking of suddenly, absolutely.
Oh, look at the strength of Sheamus.
Ooh,
Raw power.
And that's what
Welcome to Raw, Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
You're not welcome, says Sheamus.
The big shell is going to have some pain dealt in a minute. Put it that way. Or maybe put it any other way. Probably would have been better, but the point stands. Shelton Benjamin is going to have to...
some white noise incoming. Gonna get it as well.
Speaking of suddenly imagining wood surfaces, I was speaking to Samoa Joe, and I did mention that, as per his request, he would be teaming with Sheamus tonight. And I also mentioned that I wanted to try something a little different and give everyone a tables match. And he actually told me that he dreams of tables. He dreams of tables, and he dreams of putting every man he can get his hands on through a table. And he tapped me on the shoulder and gave me it was a vicious, but it was a happy smile. It was quite frightening to be in the presence of Samoa Joe when he's smiling. You don't see it often. And he said, just make sure you get some good, hard tables for me, would you? And I nodded, because I'm obviously not going to say no to Samoa Joe when he...
That's a Kinshasa by Nakamura. The Kinshasa knocking Joe out for the count. Sheamus needs to be careful that his partner isn't put through a table while he's on the outside.
Yeah.
Dealing with Shelton Benjamin.
This could be dangerous. I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura is a break. Deliver a slam, let alone a Shinsaka to Samoa Joe. So I guess there's an advantage there for the King of Strong Stuff. Shelton Benjamin just taking a leisurely walk back to the ring, and he unfortunately to an insane Irishman on the way and has been mildly delayed. A real shame for Shelton Benjamin.
Nakamura is in a bad position here. Brogue kick! Wipes him out.
And if there'd been a table open anywhere near him, that would have probably been it. I think Nakamura is at real risk of suffering another beating from Samoa Joe. I mean, Samoa Joe has just been wailing on him so far, but to be honest, Shelton Benjamin needs to use a bit more of his know-how, a bit more of his nous, a bit more experience to be looking around him and saying, where's my partner? You know, I need to help my partner whenever he's in a serious spot like that. He's not really thinking as much as you'd expect from a veteran with his experience, Shelton Benjamin. Although he did nearly get Sheamus up for what could have been a match-ending spot right there, so you can't criticise him too much, maybe. And Nakamura is just... You do have to feel bad for him because he is so talented, but I think someone of his technical skill, of a strong style of wrestling, isn't really necessarily the best match to somebody who is just so powerful, so brutal.
Oh, Sheamus in trouble. Gets out of the way of that one.
I mean, it's all good being a Ferrari or a Lamborghini.
Oh, kick again. And now Joe gonna land the muscle buster right on the table. Not gonna quite be the end of this one because the table wasn't set up.
If the table was set up, that's finished. They've dominated this match, but that's quite poor from the Clover and the Samoa, as it were. I promise we will come up with a better name for these guys. If they tagged before, I probably would have come up with something mildly decent, but alas, not yet. Although I don't think whatever name you call it, they are dishing out an absolute serving of brutality to the King and the Gold, to the Strong standard here.
Oh, Joe, he's got Benjamin up. Oh, Benjamin was looking for a German suplex through the table, but Sheamus was there to stop it. That could have ended very poorly. Joe with an exploder, and just like that, it's over.
That's all it took. That's all she wrote.
Like I said, out of nowhere.
You've got to feel for Shelton Benjamin and Shinsuke Nakamura. Try as they might. It's very rare to say this on Raw or SmackDown, really. That was very, very one-sided. They never got a look in. They never had a hope.
Well, I'll tell you what. You say they didn't get a look in. Samoa Joe has got a black eye. The left eye of Samoa Joe's definitely got some swelling there. I think from the Kinshasa. Oh my god! Just
a little moment of celebration there for Samoa Joe and Sheamus.
No.
Is the rating good? I thought the rating would be. Oh! I thought it'd be a 2-star. Oh! This is incredible. I actually don't believe this. I really didn't expect this. I'm seriously kidding. I'm not kidding. This is. If you had asked me to grade most of these matches, I wouldn't have given one of them 3 stars. This is kind of mad. Well, there's a timely lesson in this, ladies and gentlemen. When Samoa Joe asks you to do something, just fucking do it.
You do it.
You do it for your own health, for your own health and the health of the show. You do it. Wow, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow.
Okay then.
So,
listen.
After he has with his new partner Samoa Joe eked out a dominant win really against King Nakamura and the gold standard Shelton Benjamin. After he's vacated the ring, right as he comes back out the curtain, Braun Strowman, looking a little bit sweaty, almost as though he's been gesticulating, shouting at somebody. You wonder who? Just storms into the ring, and he's not quite like AJ was earlier. He's not furious. He's just fired up. He's passionate, and he's ready to drop some truth on Sheamus and on Monday Night Raw. So he does accept the introduction. You know, the Beast, the Breaker, Braun Strowman. He accepts the microphone from our ring announcer, and he gets straight to work. So, I gotta say, he put on a good show tonight. Wasn't too bad. I didn't know whether he'd be able to do it, but he got a good win. He was good with Samoa Joe. They look good together. Unfortunately, it's pretty hard to look good with anybody when you're banged up and snapped in half, and your whole body's in a cast of the hospital. After next week, Sheamus isn't going to be moving. He's not going to be going anywhere. I just want you to remember one thing. As you're getting carried on a stretcher like a dead man out that ring next week of Backlash. After you big fall, a slightly bigger fall than normal, actually. I want you to remember how stupid you were to beat me. How stupid you were to get me excited and get me riled up to the where I wouldn't hold anything back. I hear, Sheamus, being from that shithole country, you're a religious man. And you're not gonna like where I'm gonna send you next week. Keep your eye on us, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm gonna give him hell.
Oh no! Someone gonna die!
Somebody's gonna end up dead.
Somebody's gonna fucking die!
Mamma mia, mama, cook the spaghetti, get the casket, lady. Somebody's dead.
The question is that promo gonna put in a good rating? It was okay. It was okay from Strowman.
Fair enough.
The rivalry has grown though, so I think it's achieved what you wanted it to achieve.
That's good for me. I'm happy Braun's gone out there. He's shown his commitment still. He's not done perfect. I mean, it's hard to live up to that promo earlier by AJ. That had it all, really, but he's put in a good show, and I'm happy with him. I'm happy with him.
Oh, this brings us on to our main event for Monday Night Raw.
It's got quite something to live up to, I tell you what. It's got something to live up.
It does, but it's two of the biggest stars in the industry. Charlotte Flair taking on the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to use a phrase that's been massively overused a long time ago. This could be the greatest night in the history of our sport, excluding, of course, pay-per-views like Backlash next week.
Make sure you pay us either $59.99 to buy the pay-per-view or $9.99 a month on the Pro Emblem Network.
Yes.
Actually, it's actually £5.
Oh, is it nice? I thought it was more than that. That saved me a bit of money.
No. The WWE Network is $9.99. Sorry.
Oh.
Who am I taking in this match?
Now, I've actually thought about this for a bit because, like, usually I know in advance. She's come to me and shown how desperate she is to hit new levels and reach new heights. She's desperate. She can't imagine life without that woman's touch. She actually told me she can't sleep at night because she will never be satisfied until she's got that belt around her. I did recommend she go and see a doctor, but she refused. She said the only cure I want is the title. So I'm going to have to say you go with Charlotte Flair.
Okay, then. Well, I'm already predicting match of the year.
To be fair, if it's anywhere near the other two, I consider that massive success. I mean, ideally I want it to somehow be better, but I don't. I mean, for the whole, like, best opener and best final match, but I don't really know. That's a big... If there's any two women who can do it, it's these two. But it's a big, big, big task, and it's a hard act to follow. But this lady, this natural superstar, this excellence of execution, the princess of perfection she calls herself, the queen of pristine. If there's anybody who can put on a absolute show-stopping main event, it's Charlotte Flair.
Well, Charlotte Flair got back to winning ways last week in that tag match, although it was Asuka that got the victory. I guess Charlotte Flair looking to step out on her own tonight and prove she can get it done in the ring, one-on-one. And to be fair, she's asked for the main event spot. She's not hiding away. She wants to do it on the big stage. And she's doing it against quite literally the toughest opponent possible, the champion, Becky Lynch.
And again, you've got to respect the guts, but also the sheer determination that Charlotte Flair has. I mean, often she's had a bit of a reputation as someone who not takes it easy, doesn't coast, but wants to get things done quickly, wants to fast track her way to success. But to accept a challenge, not just to accept a challenge, but to ask for a challenge where she knows she's going to have to beat the top level of women's wrestling in the world, the very best, anywhere, twice in 2 weeks, once at the pay-per-view, to get her hands on that belt. I mean, it's just, you really have to respect it. You can't have anything but respect for Charlotte Flair, like her or hate her. But here's the lady she's got to do it against, and that is the big question mark, the huge if, the roadblock in the way of the Nature Girl. The women's champion of Raw, one of the very best working anywhere today, one of the best female wrestlers of all time. I'll hedge my bets on that. I'll put my house on it. The man, Becky Lynch. And you see there as well.
Firmly
You see there
behind
Charlotte.
Becky tonight.
As they always are, really. I don't know what Becky would have to do to get that crowd to hate her. I don't want to know. And here we go. We're underway.
Well, Becky Lynch does call herself the man. She earned that title by defeating, funnily enough, Charlotte Flair all the way back in 2018.
And that is a long time to hold any. Is that around 4 years now to hold a title? I mean, to hold any title for 4 years is impressive.
Oh, look at the arrogance! The arrogance of Flair! They're never going to get the pin like that.
She knows she can do it. That's the key thing. A lot of people would rightly call it arrogant, but it's also belief. It's also determination. It's also sheer willpower from Charlotte Flair. But will it pay off? It's got to pay off twice. One strike and you're out. You're back to the bottom of the queue. Back in a long, long line for that WWE Raw Women's Champion.
Well, the arrogance of Flair getting to her there. Needs to keep her eye on the prize. We're respecting the tenacity and the focus to ask for this challenge, but she needs to stay focused in the contest itself.
I think Charlotte Flair does need to psych herself up. I think she projects such an image of confidence and mental fortitude. She seems so unshakable, but she as will know as well as anyone what this means and the difficulty that's ahead of her, the sheer challenge that she has to overcome now. Kind of trying to psych herself up, trying to feed off that negative energy from the crowd and show them, you can boo me, but at the end of the day, I am still one of the very best to ever do it.
Tells Becky to literally just gives her a free shot, and Becky with the Bexploder suplex. Big shot to take there. Flair maybe regretting that, and she's coming out of the gates now.
She bit off a bit more than she could chew there, because you see she's still locked up and she's still hoping to get her own shot in, but I think she didn't expect Becky Lynch to whip out the Exploder suplex.
Bit of a miss there for Flair, but it's not going to bother her too much. She's back to her feet first.
Yeah. It's a surprisingly poor miss from Charlotte Flair. You wouldn't expect her to miss such an open chance, but it does happen to the best of us, and Charlotte Flair is certainly in that category.
Camel clutch here from Charlotte Flair, modified camel clutch at least. Becky's going to get out of that one, no problem at all.
He's trying to focus on the back and the neck of Becky Lynch. You see that where she was twisting and turning her jaw and her head there. We all know.
Nice hammerlock, reverse DDT.
Very impressive.
Definitely working the upper body of the champion as Flair.
I don't know if you think maybe that's Becky Lynch's weakest area, or if any of us who've been hit in the neck had any pain in the back. You know how agonising, how excruciating it can be, especially for someone taking such high impact.
Becky just pulling back on the fingers, perhaps trying to dislocate them. Flair getting out of that one quickly. She knew that was dangerous.
Yeah, that's a nasty, nasty stretch. It's a horrible hold to take, that is. But Charlotte Flair was smart. She knew she had to get out of that right away. There was going to be some major, major damage done. But I don't think either of these women are particularly concerned about the damage they might do to each other. They're concerned about one thing: that red and white belt. And next week a Backlash.
Charlotte gets out of the way there. Able to capitalise. Becky with a roll up. Oh, hang on, to turn it into a power bomb. Such strength from the champion. Not a move we see her whip out of the arsenal too often.
That was wonderfully executed. That's why she's been the champion for those long years. It's going to take something special to pry her hands away from that.
Sorry, when I said title earlier, I was talking about the man moniker, not the championship.
Oh, I just meant the championship anyway. I mean, that's what's just in general. That's kind of what's at stake here to somewhat of an extent.
Yeah. Championship is pretty important.
I know. I mean, to be fair, I'm sure Becky Lynch would not like to lose a moniker that has been so popular and so beloved by our fans. I have a question for my esteemed colleague, and this is a bit more of a light-hearted. Sometimes when you've seen such brutality in one evening, you need to lighten the mood a little bit. Make your own entertainment. If it really is the WWE universe, as many are fond of calling the product nowadays, who would be the son in this universe?
Oh my god, hold that thought, because that's the disarmer. The signature move of Becky Lynch, trying to get Flair to tap out. Flair is in desperate trouble. Oh, no, she's able to fight out of it just.
That could have been it. That seriously could have been it.
Becky Lynch with a kick to the gut, and there's the manhandle slam. Cover now. Gets a 2 off of the manhandle slam. Flair straight back to her feet. No, Becky was ready for it. She's got the disarmer locked in again. The disarmer.
This could be it. It could be over. It really could be over.
Flair taps. Flair taps.
I don't believe it.
Oh my goodness. And Becky Lynch is laughing at Charlotte Flair. She didn't see that as a serious match at all.
I think she thought that was just a game, just a way to get some exercise. I didn't expect it to end like that. I'm stunned. I don't even know what to say right now. I don't know what to say.
God.
I really thought Charlotte Flair had a shot here, but Becky Lynch has shown her how to put on a clinical performance, and she's shown her exactly why she is still the Raw Women's Champion.
Quick as lightning.
It ended just like that. Just like the snap of a finger. And perhaps the snapping of an arm.
Okay, as an out of character moment, I was in yellow arm damage. What the fuck?
To be honest, if you had asked me how I could have made my champion look dominant in this game, I probably couldn't have thought of that, and I also couldn't have bettered that. Like that was so epic.
Winning out of nowhere like that, Becky Lynch.
I mean, we were asking, who is the son of this universe that we call the World Wrestling Entertainment?
I think we have our answer.
There's only one person at the center of that women's division right now on Raw, and it is the man, Becky Lynch.
Oh my god, I've been absolutely curb stomped for a second week in a row. This is not going to end well.
You have, although somehow the only match I managed that was below 3 stars was the bloody main event. So it has started a rivalry though, which I'm very pleased about. Very happy about that.
Oh my god, what is going on here? Oh dearie me. Alright, shall we see the match reports?
Yes, please.
And the overall show ratings? Okay, SmackDown, drama curve. Poor opening. Your mid-card outperformed the opener of your show, creating a weak start, and confusing pacing for fans. Swapping these two matches would create a strong start for your show. To be fair, I thought the mid-card match was going to get a poor rating because of the interference, which is why I put it there.
I think it's just that those two competitors are so good that they kind of saved that rating by being as good as they are.
Let's have a look at the match reports. Tony Storm suffers narrow defeat to Mandy Rose. I would agree with that. Superstars with growing fandoms, complimentary wrestling classes, satisfying performance. Backing Storm against her opponent. Match was alright, but left more to be decided. Some booking decisions worked fine, but were unfortunately set back by other poor choices. Drew McIntyre overpowers Cesaro, two superstars in the pinnacle. Despite an awkward combination of wrestling classes on paper, the match itself by an enjoyable performance. Good guy against bad guy had dueling chants from the crowd. Cesaro asserted his strength as the match started, shoving McIntyre aside and taunting him. McIntyre is not a weak dude by any means, so that's impressive.
I mean, neither is Cesaro, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, Cesaro might be the pound for pound the strongest man in WWE.
Mm.
McIntyre got momentum rolling as the match continued, but Cesaro put it to a screeching halt with a powerful slam. Cesaro showboated to the crowd after slowing down the match in the reversal. McIntyre won the match after hitting the Claymore, despite Roman Reigns' interference in the match. Okay. So Roman Reigns actually tried to interfere in the match, but McIntyre actually got the win by pinfall after hitting the Claymore. Okay, I can go with that. I'll take that. I'll take that result. Then our main event, Liv Morgan defeats Raquel Gonzalez. The match was a competitive display between popular and talented superstars. The matchup of Cruiser and Giant drew a lot of attention from the crowd, and both competitors delivered a performance to satisfy expectation. Match worked overall for an acceptable experience, enjoyable but nothing to rave about. Clear there were some solid booking decisions made. Okay, heading over to Raw. Poor finale. Your main event was overshadowed by a more entertaining mid-card, leaving fans disappointed at the end. Swapping these two matches would create a more satisfying finish. Go.
I probably would have done, to be fair, if would have probably put that on mid card. If but obviously Charlotte Flair asked for a shot.
Yeah, I suppose so. It happens. It's fine.
It does, yeah. No, it does.
Candice LeRae edges Dana Brooke. Superstars with limited exposure to small circles of fandom, an exciting clash of fighter versus bruiser classes, and an amazing performance by both superstars drew a lot of praise from viewers. Match made fans happy, a solid display between superstars who were given plenty enough to work with by their general manager. Sheamus and Samoa Joe claimed victory against Nakamura and Benjamin. Popular and talented superstars, an awkward combination of wrestling classes. Okay display as tag team partners, the match made fans happy. Solid display. Charlotte Flair falls short against Becky Lynch, known widely around the world, competing in tonight's match. Complementary wrestling classes between the superstars added to the viewers' enjoyment, and both women delivered an excellent performance in the ring. So there you go, specialist versus specialist does work.
Oh yeah, definitely. Not as well as other matches types, but I think specialist is just like versatile. They work against anybody, basically.
It's kind of like a jack of all trades almost.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, shall we see the stats for this week then?
Yes, please.
D&D for SmackDown. We got basically 55,000 fans and a profit of $74,000 pretty much.
Nice.
Over on the social medias, Beautiful Splash 89. Did you guys see Roman Reigns jump Drew McIntyre? Totally uncalled for. Keyboard Business of the World. SmackDown making a good pickup with Tony Storm. Liv Morgan had a good match and a close win against Raquel Gonzalez. Not letting up though, gotta keep improving. Mrs. Takeover says Drew McIntyre has to be satisfied. He destroyed Cesaro tonight. Red Contender 88. Drew McIntyre is the reason to watch SmackDown. Why doesn't he get a title match already? Cesaro. Crowd distracted me and Drew McIntyre took advantage. So desperate. You're all pathetic.
Yeah, no,
Rowdy Bro 92. Bianca Belair called out Bayley tonight and knocked it out of the park. Pure poetry. Roman Reigns. Another win, another fluke for Drew McIntyre, keeping that career alive with luck.
Oof.
The man's had 4 matches and 4 wins.
Yeah, I mean, I think Roman Reigns might be mildly salty.
Biggie, keep running your mouth while you can, Randy Orton. It's going to be wide shut for a while after next week. Oh, shit!
Jesus wept. Well, what is with you? What is with SmackDown wrestlers on Twitter? They're on fucking smoke.
Mate, they're all so hyper-aggressive. Okay,
Those are nuts.
so this is the... Right, so I've gained just under 55,000 fans this week.
Yeah.
What's your gain going to be?
Come on,
yours
please,
is going to be
please.
bigger.
I really want something big. Come on, man.
Oh my god, it says SmackDown ranking 2. You've overtaken me.
Oh.
The question is by how much?
That's big. That's
Oh no.
big. Oh.
Oh no.
I mean, like, I haven't seen it yet, but...
I'm just going to let you look at it.
Oh, that's massive. That's big. big.
I think that puts you like 8,000 ahead.
Something like that, yeah. That's big. I needed. I don't realize people that like. Um, honestly, no. I needed that to get any sort of lead.
Oh, Christ. Invincible, Survivor Mania, Sheamus and Samoa Joe work really well together as a tag team. Mrs. Disciple 94 says Candice LeRae has a really great feel for Extreme Rules matches. Raw should take advantage. Giant Cyborg 94, never seen Sheamus so dominant before on a total rampage. Tap Out Sharpshooter Live, Dana Brooke got robbed. No way that Candice LeRae should have won. Candice LeRae says someone like Brooke is always going to be second best when facing a real superstar like me in the ring.
That's big talk considering how close that match was. That's big talk.
King Nakamura says, what a fluke, try me again, Sheamus, it won't happen twice.
Just because he didn't say that to Samoa Joe.
Dr. GMDE. Becky Lynch settles the score with Charlotte Flair. Can't wait to see where these two superstars go from here. Dapper Street 81. Styles called out Mansoor tonight and knocked it out of the park. Just what the show needed. Tap Out Striker Brand. No love lost between Candice LeRae and Dana Brooke. Their rivalry is really heating up. Legend Spear 84. Sheamus is such a natural at being the good guy. I would not have expected that.
Me neither, but that's kind of cool.
Which means, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since we started, SmackDown takes the lead and is 9,000 fans ahead. That's a jump of... Oh my god, you've jumped 15,000 fans today.
That's true, I have.
Oh no.
God,
I need a big showing at Backlash to get back into this.
Well, first, there's a couple of things you have to find out.
Yes, I know. Let's get that going. Welcome to WrestleMania Backlash.
I know it's gonna be someone shit. I just know.
Hey, listen. Something's come up, and all special matches will cost double this week. I'm told it's some kind of union thing. Sorry about that.
That's incredible. That's actually really funny. It's huge.
Oh no.
Triple H is a Tory. He's Tory H.
And I can't respond to that. Right, I think the next one's gonna be who I can't use.
Please. Come on, somebody big. It's got to be somebody big.
Yes! Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
sake. Oh no.
Okay.
Really?
Something's come up. I can't have Seth Rollins taking part in your show this week. Sorry
well,
about that.
I'll actually take that. I'll take that.
I probably, yeah. I mean, it could have been worse for me, but Rollins is still a big star.
I'll take that.
Okay. All right. My plans should be okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I think it's a union thing. He's gone on a picket strike with the fucking camera workers demanding more pay. I mean, I know who I'd give more pay versus Seth Rollins versus these fucking camera people, but hey.
Just a note of caution, now that Drew McIntyre has stamina level below 40, he's vulnerable to becoming injured. The lower the stamina and the more strenuous the match, the greater that risk becomes. Well, I have to use him tonight.
To be fair,
I'll probably have
I'm
to keep that.
I've just
as a normal match.
Yeah, I've just thought I'm going to be in the same boat for. Although he's just got over 40, so maybe I can off for this.
Strowman should be okay.
Yeah, which is good because I've got something planned, something big planned for there.
Yeah, I've just got to make sure that Drew versus Roman's going to have to be a normal match. I don't really have any other choice there.
That's a shame, but then I feel like it could definitely work as a normal match.
I think I was probably going to do that anyway.
Fair play.
2 stars who come rested. Yeah, okay, that's the advice he gave you. Wake. Liv Morgan, thanks for following through on your promise, boss. Small increase to Liv Morgan morale. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
So there you go. WrestleMania Backlash. We each get 4 matches and 3 promos. So that's gonna be a big stream. That's probably going to be like a weekend stream or something if we can do that.
I won't mind that though. This has been fantastic.
I have a new goal. I should leave it till next time.
Okay.
I should probably not go and look at anything. I should probably just leave it there, I think.
Fair.
Okay. To be fair, I know what my matches are for this show. It's just a case of my
Is it bad that even after all that's happened, I'm a little disappointed that random veto didn't come in as clutch for me as I'd hoped. It's not bad, to be fair. It could have been a lot worse, but
do you know what? You know
Yeah.
what? All right. I'll tell you. I can tell you this much. It
Yeah.
doesn't mess me up match wise, but thinking about it, I probably could have really used it for one of my promo spots.
Okay.
So it does hurt me. Probably not as much as you want, but it does hurt me.
I'll take that. The ideal would have been at this point it would have basically counted as bullying. It would have been a violation of terms of service. But I picked random and it got like Reigns or Biggie. That would have been unbelievable. That would have been ridiculous. I would have actually gone nuts. But it's probably better that way because I'd rather let you do your thing and have like a really competitive show and a card. Not that it would have been competitive anyway, but like as competitive as it could possibly be. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I know. I get what you mean.
You get me.
The fact that over on Journal it's saying new goal, I really want to read it, but I'm not going to allow myself to do so.
Fair. Respect.
God. Okay, well, as we head into the first pay-per-view, Raw takes the lead for the first time. SmackDown's going to need a big show in order to make up the ground. I think we've got a few. I've got a good show lined up, but I just get the feeling that you're just in a better position at the moment, and I think it's going to get worse for me before it gets better. I think.
I don't think I think you're right in that I'm in a very good position now. But I don't actually think it'll get worse for you. Definitely got some stuff building up, and you can keep that stuff building up. Also, put it this way: if you have gold now, then you're going to have bronze before you know it. Once the gold's all gone, like I have some very good stuff going on now, but the thing is, there's going to come a time where I'm going to have run out of rivalries and I'm going to have to start building new ones up, whereas you'll be coming into the best period with your rivalries. So that's going to happen at some point. So I think I can't predict the future, but it could be a lot better than it might seem right now.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I am looking forward to the next stream. I'm very interested in seeing how our first pay-per-view goes with Backlash.
Yeah. I'm really desperate to whack this one out of the park, and I feel like I can do it. I just need to be really smart about it.
It's I think it's very much. I think whoever wins this is going to get a big boost.
Oh yeah, I mean I think everything's boosted pretty much, isn't it, at the pay-per-view?
I would assume so. So I have to watch out on that one. But that's going to be it for tonight's stream. Thank you everyone very much for watching this stream of MyGM. Can't say for certain when the next stream will be, because obviously Majma and I are real people and we have things we do that get in the way sometimes. So
about other robot, I don't. I held my nose and I swallowed, so all the air went in my ears. I'm not doing that again. Yes, we are real people.
Oh, that's horrible.
It wasn't horrible. It's just weird. I just swallowed and then my hearing, and I was like, oh.
No. I mean, like it's a horrible feeling. It's like,
yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah, no, that's what I thought.
It's like a body glitch.
My body glitching. Maybe I am actually a robot.
Maybe. All right. See everyone. Have a good night.
See you guys. Pleasure being with you. You have a great night, all of you.